Good morning. It's Tuesday, November 26th, and you're watching WGXA Morning News on Fox 24. I'm Victoria Cardenas. We have live team coverage for you this morning as we're less than 48 hours away from Thanksgiving Day. I know it's hard to believe. We're going to check in with Daniel McFarland, who's in the Skywatch Weather Center, letting us know what we can expect for today and Turkey Day. Then we're going to check in with our own Amaris Jenkins. She has the latest traveling tips. And finally, we're going to check in with my co-anchor, Terrell Bailey. He has some safety tips in case if you're in charge of Thanksgiving dinner this year. And like I mentioned, Terrell is live, and he's live at the Macon Fire Department this morning with all the cooking that's going to be happening on Thanksgiving. The important question is, are you doing it safely? What can you tell us, Terrell? What should we be looking out for as we make our way to the kitchen this Turkey Day?
Yeah, good morning, Victoria, and good morning, Middle Georgia. I'm here at Fire Station 1 in Macon. Now, according to the National Fire Association, a house fire is 3 times more likely to happen during Thanksgiving. So here at WGXA, of course, we want everyone to have a safe and thankful holiday. Get a good look at your screens. We're going to take a look at some of these tips. Turn off all appliances if you leave the kitchen, even if you're leaving for just a few minutes, and make sure all appliances are being used appropriately. Definitely, you want to use timers to track your cooking times, and then keep items like pot holders and food containers away from stove eyes and other hot surfaces, and never try to carry or walk with a burning pot or pan. Cook on back burners and make sure all pot handles are turned towards the inside of the stove. And if you do have to have a grease fire, smother it or cover it up. Do not use water to try to put it out. And speaking of grease fires, many of you may be trying to spice up your Thanksgiving Day meals by frying your turkeys rather than using the traditional oven bake. When it comes to deep frying a turkey, those burns can go beyond, they can be extended. So here at WGXA, like I said, I want everyone to have a safe and thankful holiday. In just a couple of minutes, I'm going to grab one of the firemen here at the department, and we are going to fry a turkey. So you definitely want to stick with us here during our entire morning show in Fox 24. So live in Macon, I'm Terrell Bailey, but we're going to go ahead and send things to Amaris Jenkins because Amaris, there's a lot of people. They're going to be traveling on the roadways, millions of people. So what can people expect when they head on out?
Good morning. I know you're talking about a turkey over there, but before we get to that turkey, we need to talk about some travel like you just said. So tomorrow is the first day for Thanksgiving travel, but AAA officials say some people may be getting on the roads today. Roads around the U.S. are set to be packed with more than 55 million people, but just here in Georgia, that number is 1.6 million. However, AAA officials say travel by automobile is at 1.4 million. According to AAA, this will be the second highest Thanksgiving travel volume since the company began tracking back in the early 2000s. Officials say overall, an additional 1.6 million people will travel compared with last year, a 2.9% increase. Now, if you do plan on hitting the roads, the company has some safety tips for you.
Make sure your tires are not overinflated or underinflated. That can cause a lot of accidents on the road too. And also, you don't want to have any crazy distractions. But before you get on the road, it'd be great to get your vehicle inspected. Now, AAA offers a 24-point inspection in our actual car care locations, all 6 in the Metro Atlanta area.
Now, officials say tomorrow is expected to be the busiest day of travel, with travel time increasing by 4 hours. So you want to get on the roads pretty early. I'm Amaris Jenkins, live in Macon. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you, Amaris. And now we want to take you back outside, but this time we want to hit the roadways for you. This is on Jeffersonville Road. It looks like it's pretty clear out there on the roadways at 7:04. We haven't heard of anything that's going to slow you down, but it is very cold outside, so you definitely want to pack the jackets, turn on the heater, and luckily we have Daniel McFarland in the Skywatch Weather Center with what we can expect on this Tuesday. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning, Victoria, and it is chilly out there. I'm sure most of those cars that you saw have their heaters on this morning because right there in Macon and near Jeffersonville Road, you are seeing temperatures at the freezing point. Macon itself really towards the downtown areas at 33. You're also seeing 34 in Warner Robins. The coldest spot to start off the day is Dublin once again, which managed to get down to 32 for that low yesterday. They're back at 32 to start off today. Now further down towards the south, Cordele and Abbeville are in the mid 60s. You're seeing Americus at 37, so everyone is going to be dealing dealing with these colder conditions throughout much of the morning, so at least a light jacket is going to be needed, if not a winter coat, for those of you a little bit more sensitive to that cold weather. Of course, gloves are always going to come in handy if you need to take out your dog for a walk, or of course, if you just want to stay inside and be in the heater, that's fine. If you don't go outdoors till the afternoon, short sleeves could be fine during that time as well. Now, one more thing I want to touch on for you is that fog. We're not seeing too much here in Macon, but Milledgeville down to about 3 miles of visibility. Very similar in Dublin, so anyone that lives over towards the east of I-75 is going to need to keep the fog in the back of their head if they're going to be out there driving. Now, coming up in 10 minutes, I want to talk more about a rain chance that we're going to see moving into the mid-state.
And let's take a look at some of the top stories we have for you this morning. The suspect that is accused to have planned a bomb a synagogue appeared in court yesterday. Plus, we're going to take a look at the next steps in the impeachment inquiry. But first, a historic winter storm threatens to disrupt travel plans for this Thanksgiving. Winter doesn't officially start for more than 3 weeks. However, millions of Americans will be dealing with frigid weather and snow this week, and that will play a factor in Thanksgiving travel. John Lawrence has more.
If you're visiting family and friends this Thanksgiving, pack your patience along with your clothes.
I don't like cold weather. I don't like snow. I'm ready for spring.
The National Weather Service says a historic storm is hitting parts of the West Coast Tuesday and Wednesday, and winter weather advisories, watches, and warnings are in effect for more than 20 million people from California to Michigan.
I'm a Denver native, so I'm used to it when it snows a foot and then it melts the next day, so I'm used to it.
AAA reports more than 55 million Americans will be traveling at least 50 miles for Thanksgiving, and vicious weather is going to play a factor for those hitting the road by vehicle.
We've got Thanksgiving travelers mixing with commuters, mixing with the snow. So all that at once really is going to lengthen your commute.
As well as those traveling by air.
Depending on how the forecast shakes out, some airlines may choose to offer travel waivers or cancel or delay flights in advance. So definitely check in with your airline now and then as your trip gets closer.
And some travelers won't have much to be thankful for later this week. Another round of nasty weather is expected to hit many parts of the U.S. this weekend. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
I'm Christine Frizzell on Capitol Hill with an impeachment inquiry timeline. I'll lay out the next steps and tell you why there could be much more to come.